Hello, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Cup Goodle, and I'm a sentient cup of noodles who's studying Japanese, and today I'm going to be using two different things in order to study Japanese. I've been using WaniKani, this website right here that I can help study kanji from, and it's a very, very helpful way to memorize kanji, both useful and unuseful kanji, based on how simple they are and how easy they might be to remember, but not always the most, not always the most expected words. It's not always the words that you are going to encounter very frequently, but it's, simple, all the words that use particular kanji. And then I'm going to be using, for the first time on stream, although not the first time in my life, I'm going to be using the good old classic Genki school textbook in order to learn from a, sort of beginner level and go from there. Hi, Sprockets, how you doing today? So today we're not only doing our normal kanji thing here, but we're also going to be using, where is Genki in here? We're going to be using Genki, good old-fashioned Genki schoolbook that this is, Genki notebook, Genki workbook is the standard textbook that pretty much any person who's learning Japanese, any English speaker who's learning Japanese, or at least any American who's learning Japanese, has probably used the Genki notebook before. I took only one semester of Japanese in school and then moved on to other languages. But we used Genki, all the students that I talked to used Genki whenever they're in a classroom. And it's a well-structured textbook, and I don't have much structure to my studies. Besides, WaniKani, just, using WaniKani to study kanji, there isn't a whole lot of structure in my studies, and I think it would be useful for me to have a little bit of structure, I need a lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, because without that, I don't really know what I don't know. I don't really know what the next step should be. So that will hopefully give me some good purpose. I've also found that WaniKani is helping me learn some kanji, but it isn't very good for vocabulary. It isn't very good for conversational vocabulary, of course, because you're just going to be learning all of the signs, all of the words that use a certain kanji, no matter how useful those words are. Those words might be useful, they might be not useful, but you're not going to learn how to say simple conversational things like days of the week or times or dates or, emotions or stuff like that. And so you need a structured lesson for that, something that will help you be very conversational. And I do like, what I did like in the Genki notebook when I was using it in class for the short time that I was using it, was it did seem conversation focused. It did seem like it was structured chapter by chapter based on teaching foreigners to Japan, teaching English speakers who are visiting Japan, useful things to say in conversation with Japanese people. The standard, to start, you need to learn greetings, and then you need to learn where is so-and-so, and you need to learn what time it is and how to count stuff, very simple stuff. You're not just going to, and then it's going to expand from grammar from there. So it does seem conversational based, and that's very, very nice. Divine structure always helps you feel accomplished. Accomplished, sure. For me, it's less about feeling accomplished and more about having, knowing what I'm doing. It's very easy for me to teach myself, but only if I actually know what I'm doing. Only if I actually know what I need to be researching. If I know, all right, today I'm going to learn, I've done sometimes in this, today I'm going to learn the te form, and then I will just teach myself, I'll read up on the te form and how to use it, and example sentences and things. But if you teach yourself, you have to create your own lesson yourself. You need to decide what you're going to be doing, come up with sentences and come up with practices on your own. So you need to think just as much about what to do as you do how to do it. The good thing about having a pre-written lesson by a book is they come up with what you are doing, and you only need to think about how to do it, which is nice. That there's less mental energy, there's less effort on your part. All you need to do is just focus on learning. You don't need to focus on making your own lesson too, and trying to find material and stuff, which is very, very helpful. So I am hoping that the combination of both of these, we're gonna just do 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so on the kanji stuff, and then we're gonna spend some time going through Genki. Man, my throat is sore. What's going on? Is this the first? No, this isn't the first time that I've talked today. Oh well, maybe there's I don't know, maybe I'm coming down with the sickness. Down with the sickness that everyone else is getting. But I wasn't feeling it when I was talking earlier today. Maybe there's something just happened in the last hour or so. maybe my throat get kind of scratchy. But let's start out with our good old-fashioned kanji. We're gonna learn 6 new kanji, 6 new vocab, or it looks like basically just a little bit new vocab or kanji here. Say there's 5 new vocab right now, and then we're going to do a bunch of review. I haven't done it during my break when I was preparing for the debut stream, and so we have a whole bunch, way too many things racked up, saved up that I need to get through. And then once we do, we're not gonna be able to get through too much, but once we do like half an hour of that, we'll move on to Genki. Start from page 1 on greetings and things. Even if we already know it, we can just breeze through it if we already know it. So here's some new vocab for us today. Reassuring. Your heart is strong. Heart strong. And that's Shinkyou. Shinkyou-i. It wouldn't be Shinkyou-i because that E right there. So it would be the kunyomi reading, which would just be like kokoro tsuyoi. Kokoro tsuyoi. That's just basically the words heart and strong itself. Like, your heart is strong. Kokoro tsuyoi. Kokoro tsuyoi. Kokoro tsuyoi. Kokoro tsuyoi. Kokoro tsuyoi. Your heart is strong. Your kokoro is tsuyoi. Kokoro tsuyoi. The one thing that I often don't pay attention to is specific tones in Japanese. Like, you can hear on both of these, kokoro tsuyoi. Do-do-do-do. But you do need to pay attention to that to sound like a native speaker. I don't often pay attention too much to those, which obviously because of that, I'm not going to sound like a native Japanese speaker. I'm going to sound like I have a heavy American accent because the, emphasis is on all the wrong, syllables kind of thing. It'd be like, if I said the word like constitution, if it was like constitution, and you'd be like, what did you just say? I said constitution. Like, what is that word? Constitution. Constitution? Yeah, constitution. It's like, that's not how that word is said. You gotta say constitution. It's like, well, okay. That's how a lot of tones in Japanese kind of feel like if you get it wrong. Especially since there's so many homonyms? Things that sound like, words that just sound the same in Japanese, that you really need those sometimes. Kokoro tsuyoi. Word use. Reassuring support. Kokoro tsuyoi sapporto. Heartening advice. Kokoro tsuyoi advice. A reassuring partner. All those are just like, English word afterwards. This is a heartening data. This is heartening data. Meaning heartening. No one uses the word heartening. We use the word reassuring, sure. No one really says heartening. We say disheartening plenty of times. Oh, it's so disheartening. I mean, I shouldn't say plenty of times, but that's at least sort of a common word. Heartening. No one says heartening. That's not a common English word. Reassuring. I feel like kokoro, you're strong. Like, that's gonna be easy to remember. Kokoro tsuyoi. This is warui. I know this word because this is bad. Reading. Warui. Warui. I had the emphasis wrong. Warui. 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 I'm a waruiji. Warui. Meaning poor, wrong, bad, 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 bad. Word use. Bad thing. Warui koto. Warui hito. Jin? Warui jin? Warui hito. Bad point. Warui ten. This is all you can eat sushi. Customer service is unbelievably bad. Warui. Bad person. Okay, now we get this one. Warui jin? No, wait. That's it wouldn't be waru janai. Waru akujin. Akunin. Okay, akunin. Akunin, villain, evildoer, bad guy, wicked person, evildoer, wait, evil person, a bad guy. Akunin, to defeat a bad person. Akunin o yatsukeru. Context. Oh wait, is this his punish? Korishimeru. No, that Karashimeru. I thought it was going to be the one that Sailor Moon always uses. In the name of the moon, I will punish you. He is a villain. His hobby is gardening. Oh wait, Akujin, Akunin, the worst. Sayaku. The worst. This was, I think, in Precure ni. I think in which series was it? There was like Sayaku Kingdom or something. There was a kingdom. The evil kingdom was called the like Sayaku Kingdom. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been. Was it Sweet Precure? But that's one of the names of one of the evil kingdoms in Precure. Let's see. Sayaku. Word use. The worst person. Sayaku na yatsu. The worst thing. Sayaku no kibun. The worst thing. Sayaku no koto. Today was the worst day ever. Sayaku na... Oh, I don't know what the... Ichinichi. Sayaku na ichinichi datta yo. Hot weather. Oh, atsui. Atatakai. Atsui. 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 すみません。暑い meaning hot, the hot weather, but you got the two suns. That's why you know it's hot weather, because it's outside. There's no water on there, so it's not like hot water. It's hot weather. There's multiple suns. 暑い word use. Hot time? Hot time? What the fuck is hot time? Don't be teaching me about hot time. This is not hot time. This is learning time. Dude, this is I know I'm not say so on stream, but still, don't be teaching me about hot time. Actually, you know what? No, I do want to learn more about hot time, actually. I want to learn a lot about hot time. Alright, hot weather, alright. It's so hot outside. Atsui. It's been out there these days in Japan. Yeah. Meaning, that's a bad guy. That's a bad person. Bad guy. That is a... doesn't mean bad. That just mean bad. Warui. And meaning that just mean bad. That just mean bad. Bad right there. And that means that's a bad guy. That's bad. Akunin. Vocabulary meaning. Sayaku, the worst. The worst. Atsui. Sayaku. Hot weather. Good morning, weather hackers. Kokorozuoi. I want to hear the... Can I hear? There we go. Kokorozuoi. There we go. And that means reassuring. I wonder if that could mean like reassured as well. Like to feel reassured. Boku. That's the entire lesson. I know this one is because I use this one. I use boku. I'm under the bed. I'm British. No, I'm a company employee. No, the 3 worst things that you could be. The 3 Sayaku things that you could be. Under the bed, British, and a company employee. Oh no, this person just has the worst life whatsoever. Oh god, no. Oh, I feel for them. That's rough. That's rough. Some people just get dealt bad hands. Oh well, you know, leave it to me. Boku ni makaseru. Just leave it to me. Don't worry. Don't makasero. I know what boku is. Boku. I use boku. There we go. Those are 6 extra little lessons, not hard ones. And now we just have 254 things to do as a review. But we're not going to do all of them. We're going to go for like 15 minutes. And then we are going to move on to Genki. So, oeru, this means to stop something, to end something, to stop something. I'm just gonna say to stop. No, to end something, to finish something, to end something. I mean, yeah, that's what. To stop some. I mean, not like to stop physically something, like to knock it with a boulder, but it means to stop doing something. So, to stop doing something. Well, like to make something end, to complete something. Yeah, to finish something. So that one's a dumb one that they did not give me. Vocabulary meaning, niking. This is 2 loaves of bread. Mere. Okay, this is just orders? Orders? Command? Yeah, your order or your command. Alright, this is, I think, a family. I think this is a person shooting a gun over their kid's head. So I think this is a tribe or family. Yeah. Cool. Meaning the mixed substitute. Is that just a substitution? Substitution. But what is it? It's a is it like G? Koshi? Koji? Kotai. Oh, you need to change your tie. That's what it was. Kotai. You need to change out your tie. Let me turn desktop audio down a little bit. Did that even do anything? That didn't even do anything. I wonder if you guys probably can't hear that anyway. Let me just turn it down on my end. No, it's fine because then I can hear the music. So, kotai is daigakuinsei. This is a grad student. Ooh, to carry, I think hakobu, to carry. Oeru, meaning this is to wait or loiter. Wait. And you need to wait for me to tie my shoes, I think? And so I think it's tie? Yes. I've gotten that one wrong a couple of recent times, but I finally remembered to tie your shoes. Alright, that is sodatsu. That's to be raised. Sodatsu. Kotai. Radical name jackhammer. Oeru means to stop something, which now that I've put it in, I'm going to get it right. To stop doing something, because I put that answer in. It's to finish something, to complete something. Mere. Reading. Mere. Mere. 発音が何ですか？命令。do do。命令。大学院生。大学院生。大学院生。発音。大学院生。That's a very American pronunciation. 大学院生。日勤。育つ。to be raised. raised. 属。運ぶ。はい。Merchandise. To show off some merchandise. Not merchandise. Reading. Inochi. That is kiru. That's just kiru. To wear. Meaning that is ordinal number prefix. Got all those guns on your little brother. You're gonna show me some merchandise. You're gonna show it. That is Shinyu. And Shinyu, parent have. Parent like have. This is something not quite similar. Shinsetsu is kindness. And I don't think this is intimacy. Shinyu. This is something a normal concept, but not quite literal, like have parent. I'm just gonna have to guess intimacy, but I don't think that's what it is. I think that's something else. Intimate. Nah, I figured not. What is it? Just close friend. So it's not like they're counting it as friend, as opposed to like other things. I guess, okay, it is just friend, parent friend. Your mom friend is your Shinyu. Let me see. Hatsuon. Shinyu. What is intimate then? It's something with parent in the thing, but I figured it wasn't that. Tamesu, the tank engine, is doing something. Georgie! Ohayo. Well, actually, konbanwa. Ima. Genki desu ka? Tomodachi. Hi. 僕の言葉は違いましたけど、I already knew that. I already knew that. 海洋 What are you saying? Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. Whoop. ちょっと待って。There we go. 便秘だよ。まあそうですか。medicine. You can take some medicine. You can drink some milk. ミルクを飲めて。を飲んで。ミルクを飲んで。So, well, have you eaten already? You know? 今日は晩ご飯を食べました？もう食べました？集まり。集まり。That's a gathering. 切る。食べたよ、食べたよ。OK。何を食べました？牛タン弁当。牛タン弁当。いい。おいしそう。弁当、ここはsome, I forget how to say some, but some, レストランで、レストランで、弁当。レストランで弁当を食べるできる。ここに。けど、you know, a lunch bento, a nice home bento. It's not easy to find. Mostly restaurants. They have some like bento things, but the really pretty bentos, not usually. Maybe that's why. So here we go. Die. Georgie, have you ever seen this textbook, Genki という本？知るか？今日、ここで、how would I say, like, これで、actually, 日本語、は、これで、使う、ここを使う。はい、元気という本。本の名前は元気。見て。元気というの。Let's see. 声。I don't know these. I'll need to Google 翻訳を使うが必要で。声かけ。じゃんの例題。Call up case example. 元気というの。Say Schoolbook that I'm using for studying Japanese today. After we're done with WaniKani, まずは漢字練習。次は元気という本。学校本。 Yes. Atsumari. Vocabulary. That's a gathering. A big old gathering. Oh. That is an answer. That is a response. Kai. That is an answer or response or reply. You're shooting over that. I need to try and remember. Kaito. Yeah. Kaito. Yeah. Oboita. So, vocabulary meaning shinyu. This is a best friend. Best friend, a good friend. Meaning, this is a root. Ne. Oh, kon. Inochi is a life. Daigakuin. This is a graduate school, grad school. Right. Daigakuin. Tamesu, this is to attempt, to try. Kaio, this is to commute or to go back and forth. This is an answer. This is kaito. Daigakuin is grab school. All right, let's go 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and then we switch to the book. So, that is gohun. Hi. 5分後で5分後で5分後でスイッチ元気の本にスイッチする This is okay, there's a leader, so this is work. And if it's work, it's ooh. If there's work, is it donut? Is it do or do? Do-ro. I think it's do. Yes. Oh. Let me see. Shisurebaio. Kaishi surebaio. Doko ga? Doko ga I don't know some of these. Kanji wa muzukashii yo. Kono kanji. Toshi ga hanareteru ne. Kitto papa katsu da yo. You're getting old, dad life. Papa katsu da yo. Kimi. Georgie no papa. Georgie wa papa desu ka? Did you know that cup noodle no how would I say company kaisha cup noodle no kaisha in 1900 71始まるよ。カップヌードルは51歳です。51歳です。カップヌードルはパパです。僕も日清はもっと、what is old? けど、カップヌードルのボランド。カップヌードルのカップ。In 1971. In 1971年1円カップヌードルをはい、日清のカップヌードルは最小のカップヌードルです。This is new show? New show? Work, labor. チキンラーメンか。チキンラーメン。そうかな。多分。僕は何でもタイプのラーメン。僕は君の一番好きなラーメン。一番好きなラーメン味は何ですか？ジョージの親友。UFO。うん。俺の塩俺の塩UFO ラーメンUFO 普通 How do you say often? Yeah, 普通食べるじゃない食べらない食べない僕は UFO のラーメン食べない普通言葉おいしいおいしいのにおいしいよそうですかはい。Now I want to try it 試す欲しい試したいはい試したい That means a word New show admission This is bread loaf counter. Bread loaf counter. All right, let's switch over. Switchy suru. Oh shoot! Oh, I was showing Genki this whole time. I wasn't showing. I wasn't showing. I wasn't showing the. Shoot, where is? Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. There it is. There's that one. But fuck, I think I accidentally was showing the wrong thing. Shimatta. I was working on this the whole time. This is what my typing was. And I had Genki covering it. I'm a fucking idiot. I wasn't checking the stream. Fuck. Damn it. I was working on this the whole time, but I was showing Genki on stream and I didn't even realize. Damn it. Oh well, that's okay. We're gonna switch over to Genki now. Here we go. We're doing this one now. Tsugi wa koko desu. Alright, we have, look at what we're going to be starting with our grammar and conversation. We're going to be learning aisatsu, we're going to learn greetings, we're going to be learning new friends, shopping, making a date, the first date. Oh, we're getting spicy here. A trip to Okinawa. We're probably not going to do all this, but we're going to start from the very beginning. A day in Robert's life, family picture, barbecue, kabuki, winter vacation plans after the vacation, and feeling ill. This is all the chapters. Never mind, we're just going to be doing this one. Greetings and new friends. Gamare, gambara yo. Arigato. Aisatsu, greetings. So in the morning, ohayo. Ohayo gozaimasu. Polite, ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichiwa. 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 Ni? Ni ga hitsuyou janai. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Konbanwa. Georgie konbanwa. ここはジョージです。右にジョージです。左にカップグードルです。Now, this is sayonara. Sayonara. Matta ne. Jana. Jane. Tsukawaru kara. Daijoubu. Oh, you got another one here. Yeah. Sushi wa. Sushi wa. What? What is that? Watasanezo. 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 Don't give me sushi. What? Doshite? Why not? Why not? Oyasumi nasai. Arigato. Koko wa Georgie. Koko wa Bijin. Koko wa Georgie. Tabun. Sumimasen. Yeah. This poor man. This poor man. Oh no. Arigatou gozaimasu. We know all these. We know all these. Mo shiru. Mo wakaru. We already know. Ittekimasu. Itterashai. Ittekimasu. Ittekimasu. This one I always forget these four. ここ4つで、4つは、時々忘れるよ。忘れる。So this is actually helpful. How do I remember? How can I remember? A good way. 行ってきます。行ってらっしゃい。ただいま。I know ただいま。ただいま。I always remember. Always remember. いくついくつ？Always. いつも、いつも。ただいま。and おかえり。おかえりなさい。いつも。覚える。けど、行ってきますと、行ってらっしゃい。忘れてた。忘れる。時々。いただきます。日本に住んでたら日本に住んでたら覚えるよ。今はどこですか？日本出身ですか？ごちそうさまでした。ごちそうさまでした。This is はじめまして。よろしくお願いGoodleします。よろしく。日本に How will I learn that? 移住するしかないな。In the future, 未来にI still don't know where you live now. You're just a cat in a box. Kawaii nekanai. Ohayo, good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu, good morning, polite. Konnichiwa, good afternoon. Konbanwa, good evening. Sayonara, goodbye. Oyasumi nasai, good night. Arigatou gozaimasu, sumimasen. Iie. Dekimasu. Itterashai, tadaima, okaeri nasai. Itadakimasu, gochisou sama deshita. Hajimemashite. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Ohayo is used between friends and family members, while ohayo gozaimasu is used between less intimate acquaintances. Similarly with arigato and arigatou gozaimasu. The rule of thumb is if you are on the first name basis with someone, go for the shorter version. If you would address someone as Mr. or Mrs., use the longer version. Ohayo is the greeting used before noon, but some people use it in casual settings in the afternoon or even at night when they see their classmates or coworkers for the first time that day. And then sayonara. There are several goodbye expressions in Japanese, the choice among which depends on the degree of separation. Sayonara indicates that the speaker does not expect to see the person spoken to before she turns a page in her life, not until a new day arrives or until fate brings the two together again. It sounds dramatic and ritualistic, and its daily use is largely restricted to school children taking leave of their teachers. Between friends, ja matta. See each other again fairly soon. Ja matta. And then shitsure shimasu, taking leave from a professor's office, for example. Shitsure shimasu. Sumimasen means excuse me, to get another person's attention. I'm sorry, to apologize for the trouble you have caused. Or 3, thank you, to show appreciation for what someone has done for you. Sumimasen. Iie is primarily no, a negative reply to a question. In dialogue, it is used to express the English phrase, don't mention it, or you're welcome, with which you point with which you point out that one is not required to feel obliged for what you have done for them. Itterashai and ittekimasu, tadaima, okaeri nasai. Ittekimasu and itterashai is a common exchange used at home when a family member leaves. The person who leaves says ittekimasu, which literally means I will go and come back. Ittekimasu. And the ittekimasu, and the family member responds with itterashai. Rush. See, that's the rush. Rush. The rush is the part that I don't remember, because I don't know any other word that uses something similar to that, so there's no like connection to that. Sonnani setsume arunda. So. But I like that. Koko ga suki. The ippai na setsume. Yeah. Tasukaru yo. Tadaima and okaeri are used when a person comes home. The person who arrives home says, Tadaima, I am home right now. Tadaima to the family member, and then responds with okaeri nasai, welcome home. Okaeri. Kaeri nasai. Okaeri, the great one who has come. Oh, wonderful person who has come back to us. Even though it's an everyday greeting. Nichijou no aisatsu no ni ne. So. Aisatsu no. Nichijou no aisatsu. Act out the following situation to the classmate. No. No. Greetings and bowing. Aisatsu no to ojigi. Ojigi. Aisatsu to Hatsuyun ga nan desu ka? To ojigi. Ganbatte ne. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sayonara. Yeah. Matta ne. No. No. Notsu. Noshi. It should be more like, hold on one sec. It should be, oh, wait. There we go. Here. Yeah. Non. No. Noshi. Non. No. Greetings and bowing. Japanese people greet each other by bowing, which has many other functions such as expressing gratitude, respect, or apologies. There are different ways of bowing, ranging from a small nod to the head to the 45-degree angle bend at the waist. Generally, the longer and the deeper you bow, the more formal and respectful it appears to others. Many Japanese tend to feel uncomfortable with physical contact, though handshaking is becoming quite common in business situations, especially those involving foreigners. When meeting someone in a business situation for the first time, it's customary to exchange meishi, business cards, with a small bow. Etiquette guide list a vast number of rules and pointers, but just remember that the important thing is to clearly show your respect when exchanging meishi. I also wonder how dated a lot of this stuff is, because this book was written in, when was this book written in? 2012, 2011. That's when this book was second edition, and it might have been like written in 1999. I don't know if second edition was rewritten or if it was just like, it would have been rewritten, yeah. Then 8th printing would have been the same one. So this was written back in 2011, 11 years ago. That means, yeah, you know what? Maybe some times have changed. Maybe some things have changed. But we will just assume until we get more experience that this book is still like 10 years, things might not have changed too much, that there's still a lot of people following whatever it says here. New friends. Mary, an international student who just arrived in Japan, talks to a Japanese student. Mary. And then Takeshi. Sumimasen, ima nanji desu ka? What time is it? 12 時半です. That's 12, that's 12 and a half. That's 12:30, I believe. 12時半です. ありがとうございます. Yeah, that's 12:30. We're right. Actually, 留学生ですか? Are you a college student? 留学生, or just are you a student? No, wait. Ryu is exchange student, right? That's exchange student. アリゾナ大学の学生です。そうですか。専攻は何ですか? 専攻 is that which year are you? Like which when it, or is that, I guess that's major because she's saying 日本語です。今2年生です。What time is it now? It's 12:30. It's 12 and a half. Thank you. You're welcome. Are you an international student? Ryugakusei. That's an international student. Yes, I'm a student at the University of Arizona. Arizona Daigaku no. I see. What is your major? Senkou wa major. Japanese. I'm a sophomore now. 2年生. I'd be like, 今英語学生語高校午後午前. Let's see, are we going to get explanations of all this? Yeah. We've got so much vocabulary. So much. We've got 学生 student. We've got 語 Nihongo 韓国語高校 high school. 学校 where's 学校? Do they not have 学校 in here? Oh well. アメリカ、イギリス、オーストラリア、韓国、スウェーデン、中国. We know those ones. Random Sweden in there with a bunch of other English-speaking places, and then Korea, China, and Sweden. 年生、1年生、2年生、3年生、4年生か4年生、4年生多分。何名前、友達、電話、大学。そうですか。そうです。先生。They don't write the I. They don't write. It's sensei, and it's, has the E in there, but they don't write the I there. 日本。はい。班。番号。留学生。私。僕。科学。Science. See, I wish that that was one thing that I wished that they had, changed about Genki here. Why you need WaniKani as well is because they don't show the kanji for a long time. They start out only showing, hiragana and katakana, which is fine, but that's not how you're going to see most of these things spelled out. Asia Kenkyu. 経済 国際関係. I want to know what kanji these make up. What kanji makes up them? Where's the table of contents? Is there a place where I can look up the kanji? Shopping. Yeah, today is going to be questions in. Okay, no, it's not that. Date, something like that. Hiragana, travel, my favorite restaurant, daily life, Sue's diary, Japanese, English. There you go. Arbitrary numbers, conjugation chart. I don't know if there was anything there. We have all of these. I don't... Appendix. Volumes 1 and 2 includes an index, Japanese, English index, and hiragana index. Let's check all the way at the bottom. Woo! Woo! This semester, this week. Well, this is a dictionary or index. What are we looking for again? I don't think I really had a thing in mind, but it is showing kanji. That's useful. It is showing kanji, so we could look up the kanji here if we wanted to. They're kind of small, but that's okay. We just go all the way down to the bottom if we want to see it. Kankoku. I'm sorry, sumimasen. And this says it is which like part it is in lesson 1, lesson 5. Good afternoon. Good. Gold. Gordo. Kiniro. Okie dokie. Alright, we were somewhere around here. 48. We were somewhere up in this sort of area. There we go. Majors. Aja Kenkyu. Keizai. Kakusai Kankei. Yeah, see, some of these I really want to know the kanji for, but I can't be scrolling all the way back and forth between everything. Unless I just did the find option and then did international relations. But that's going to be after something like, you know, that we learned otherwise. Computer. Jinrui Gaku. I wonder what the Rui is. Jinrui Gaku. Now, Seiji. Politics. Business. Bungaku. Literature study. Rekishi. History. Occupation. Shigoto. Isha. Kaishain. Kaishain. Koukosei. Shufu. Daigakuinsei. Daigakusei. And Bengoshi. Okasan, Otosan, Onesan, Onisan, Imoto, Ototo. We know those things. We know those things from anime. They're always in the animes. All those, like, just like my Japanese animes. They always got the Onis-chans. And the Imoto-chans. And the One-samas. Alright, grammar. How to tell, just how to do the X and the Y. This one, like, subjects are like, this is part of the things where, like, I don't think that this explanation is totally accurate for how to think about wa versus ga. It's not the most helpful explanation, so I might just ignore this part. It is 12:30. I'm a student. My major is Japanese language. These sentences will all be translated in Japanese using appropriate noun and the word desu. Junji han desu. Juniji han desu. And gakusei desu. Nihongo desu. Note that none of these sentences has a subject like it or I or my major found in their English counterparts. Sentences without subjects are very common in Japanese. Japanese speakers usually actually tend to omit subjects whenever they think it is clear to the listener what or whom they are referring to. That should be whom if this is correct English. What are we to do then when it is not clear what is being talked about? To make explicit what we are talking about, we can say そうwa nihongo desu ka is the Japanese language, where blank stands for the thing that is talked about, or the topic, yes, which is later in the sentence identified as nihongo. For example, senkou wa nihongo desu. My major is Japanese language. Similarly, one can use a pattern x wa y desu to identify a person or thing X as item Y. Watashi wa Sue Kim desu. I'm just Sue Kim. My name is Sue Kim. Yamashita san wa sensei desu. Mary san wa Amerikajin desu. Wa is a member of the class of words called particles. So is the word no, which we will turn to later in this session. Particles attach themselves to phrases and indicate how the phrase relates to the rest of the sentence. Note also that nouns like gakusei and sensei in the above examples stand alone, unlike their English translation student and teacher, which are preceded by a. In Japanese, there is no use item that corresponds to a. This is an article. You know, a, an, and the, a dog, an apple, the teacher. Those are articles in English and other languages. Le, la, el, that kind of thing. No item that corresponds to a, nor is there any item that corresponds to the plural z at the end of a noun. Plural z. Z. Without background situations, a sentence like gakusei desu is therefore ambiguous between the singular and plural interpretations. It may mean we are, you are, they are students, as well as I am, you are, she is a student. Question sentences. Very easy to form questions in Japanese. It's so easy, you guys. It's so easy. Basically, all you need to do is just add ka at the end of a sentence. Yeah, okay, that's pretty easy. Ryu gakusei desu. I am an international student. Ryu gakusei desu ka? Are you an international student? In the above sentence, Ryu gakusei desu ka is a yes/no question. Question sentences may always contain a question word, like none. May also contain a question word, like none, nani. What? In this lesson, we will learn how to ask and answer questions using the following question words: nanji, nansai, nannensei. What is your major? Senkou wa nan desu ka? Senkou wa eigo desu. Number one. Where's the number one? Where's the number one footnote? There it is. Ryu gakusei desu ka? It is not customary to write a question mark at the end of a question sentence in Japanese. But guess what a bunch of people online do? Maybe not in 2011, but online a bunch of people still do it. Bunch of people, and not just when they're talking to English speakers either. A bunch of people put a question mark at the end after they put the ka. The Japanese question word for what has two pronunciations, nan and nani. None is used immediately before des or before a counter like ji. The other form, nani, is used before a particle. Nani is also used in the combination nanijin, person of what nationality. Interesting. Okay, so whenever there is a particle used, nani, and then nan blang, nan so and so is often nan. What time is it now? Nanji desu ka? Ima, nanji desu ka? Kuji desu. Ima, kuji desu. Meari-san wa nansai desu ka? How old are you, Mary? Nansai desu ka? 19 sai desu. I'm 19 years old. Nannensei desu ka? What year are you in college? I'm a sophomore. 2年生です. 電話番号は何ですか? 電話番号. What is your telephone number? Just getting right into it. And she's fucking telling him. He's just like, hey, welcome, new student. What's your phone number? And she's just like, tee tee. Here's my number. It's right here. I wonder if this is a fake number in this textbook. I wonder if this number would actually call anything in Japan, if they even use this number of numbers, because this is like an American phone number, has 3 and then 4. There's no area code, but like someone could call this number in America. Don't you know you're supposed to use 555 555 so and so? That's the rule. You use 555 in all forms of media because there are no phone numbers in America that have 555. No real numbers. That's what you use for a fake number on like TV and stuff, so that when people fucking call it, because of course they're going to fucking call it as a joke or a prank or something, it's not a real thing. They should have put 555 in here, because now someone's gonna try to call Mary some fucking weeb who thinks that the cartoon drawing of Mary is super sexy is gonna be like calling up this number and just be like, Mary, your short shorts, I love you, I love your ponytail, please marry me. You have the best little doodle hair lines in forever. I can be so much better than Takeshi. And they're gonna call a number hoping to talk to Mary-san. Can't be having that. You gotta do 555. These guys don't know anything. 186の7343です。43です。43. The no particle. Noun, no, noun. No is a particle that connects two nouns. The phrase Sakura Daigaku no Gakusei means a student at Sakura University. The second noun, Gakusei, provides the main idea, being a student. And the first one, Sakura Daigaku, makes it more specific, not high school, but college student. No is very versatile. In the first example below, it acts like a possessive, X's in English, but that is not the only role no can play. See how it connects two nouns in the following examples. Takeshi's phone number. Takeshi-san no denwa bango. A college professor. Daigaku no sensei. A student of the Japanese language. Nihongo no gakusei. A college in Japan. Nihon no daigaku. Observe that in the first two examples, the English and Japanese words are arranged in the same order, while in the last two, they are arranged in opposite order. Oh my goodness. Look, first, second. Oh my goodness. Japanese seems to be more consistent in arranging ideas here. The main idea always comes at the end, with any further description placed before it. That is certainly a trait about English, that if you learn other languages, or if you learn languages with very, very structured sentences, that's definitely something that you realize about English and a lot of other languages, English especially. There are 20 different ways to say the same thing, with 50 different words and word combinations that you could use in them. And sometimes, like a lot of times, they, have slightly different nuances or connotations to them, but you could use any of them with any sort of tone of voice and technically mean the same thing if you wanted to. It might require a slightly different tone of voice, slightly different adaptation, slightly different context, but you could technically say the same thing 50 different ways. And sometimes they are just exactly the same. Like, oh, these two words are just exactly the same. We just use one more commonly. One might sound more old-fashioned, one might sound more normal. But some other languages, like, no, there's like 2 ways to say this. There's like 2 or 3, maybe, ways to say this. And anything beyond that is just like so almost unreasonable of a way to say it. Like, it's such a, why are you saying it this way besides being extra, that like you're just not going to use that. Japanese definitely feels like it has way fewer ways of saying the same sentence than English does. English feels like it has twice as many, like 3 times as many ways of saying the same sentence in different orders for a lot of things. Sign language, American Sign Language, is similar to Japanese in that case, where like you can change around word orders a whole lot, but it's mostly just like English has will have like 20 different ways of saying things, where ASL has like, like 3 or 4 different good ways of saying it. Number 2, where is, wait, is this number 3? This is number 3. Where is that footnote? I don't know where that footnote is. Here is what we mean by the main idea. In the phrase Takeshi-san no denwa bango, that's not what, oh, there it is. It provides the main idea. Denwa bango, Takeshi's phone number. The noun denwa bango, phone number, is the main idea, in the sense that it is something that Takeshi's phone number. It is a phone number. The other noun, Takushi-san, is not the main idea because Takushi's phone number is not Takushi. I guess that's an okay way of describing it. I feel like that made it more confusing. I mean, like, I know how to use no already, but I feel like this explanation down, like, up here is perfectly fine. Like, not a high school student, but a college student. Okay, so you get it, like, you know, the bigger thing and the smaller thing, the more specific thing is, like, you know, second. Or a more specific thing is first, I should say. But still. I feel like that part made it a little more confusing. The phrase of the form noun acts more or less like one big noun. You can put it wherever you put a noun. For example, Takushi-san no okasan wa koko no sensei desu. Takushi's mother is a high school teacher. His mother, Takushi-san no okasan wa, and then a high school teacher. Koko no sensei desu. Japanese names. When Japanese give their name, they say their family name first and given name last. Middle names do not exist. Man, how simple. I would love for middle names not to exist because no one really fucking uses them anyway. When introducing themselves, they often say only their family name. Here are some typical Japanese here are some typical Japanese names. I mean, sure, like, you know, that is useful if they're going to be using these names throughout the textbook, but simply just, what do you think the typical American names would be? Smith, Johnson, Stevens, I don't know, maybe like colors like green or white or something. Jackson. I wonder, was any other good? Or you could use like Washington, but I feel like Smith and Johnson and Jackson might be like the most famous. Just like, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up what the most common American last names are. Most common American surnames. All right, top 100 most common last names in the United States by ThoughtCo. Never heard of this place before. All right, number 1, Smith. Estimated population 2.5 million people. Number 2, Johnson, with almost 2 million. Number 3, Williams. Number 4, Brown. That makes sense. Number 5, I guess they're right with color though. Number 5, Jones. All right, that makes sense. Number 6, Garcia. Thank you, people. Garcia is getting more popular. Number 7, Miller. Really? Miller is that popular? And Davis is that popular? 7 is Miller and 8 is Davis. 9 is Rodriguez. 10 is Martinez. 11 is Hernandez. 12 is Lopez. You're starting to see where a lot of common names are coming from. 13 is Gonzalez. 14 is Wilson. 15 is Anderson. 16 is Thomas. 17 is Taylor. 18 is Moore. 19 is Jackson. Jackson is below all of these other ones. I'm surprised Jackson is below Moore and Taylor and Anderson. All these seem way less common. Number 20 is Martin. Number 21 is Lee. We're finally getting to Lee. 22 is Perez. 23, Thompson. 24, White. 25, Harris. 26, Sandler? No, Sanchez. Number 27 is Clark. 28, Ramirez. 29, Lewis. 30, Robinson. Walker. Young. Allen. King. Wright. Scott. Torres. Wynn. Hill. Green. Adams. We're starting to get down in the wire, but Smith really is the most common surname, and then Johnson the second most common. Williams being number 3rd, like, yeah, I guess I can see that. There's a lot of Williamses, I guess. And Brown, sure. Jones makes sense. I feel like Jones is a common last name. Then you got a bunch of Spanish names as well. Actually, you know what? Let me look up the most common Spanish surnames, because I feel like there are few, America being the melting pot it is, I feel like we have so many surnames from so many different cultures. There's probably fewer like surnames in total in a Latin country like Mexico than there is in a big like super melting pot like America. Like everywhere has immigrants, so it's, you're obviously going to have people from all over the world everywhere. But let's see. List of common Spanish surnames in, let's go in Mexico. Hernandez is 5.5 million people. There are more Hernandezes in Mexico than there are Smiths in America. And there are more Garcias, there's more Martinezes, there's more Gonzalezes, there's more Lopezes, there's more Rodriguezes, there's more Perezes, there's more, and there's the top 7 names in Mexico have more of them than there are Smiths in America, which is the most common name in America. And America has, 3 times as many people. So yeah, it seems like there are just way more people with similar last names in a Spanish-speaking country than any like single last name in America, which is why the reason why I looked that up is because like even if Hispanic people are only 24% of the population, so many people have similar last names. So many people have the last name Hernandez or Garcia or Martinez or Gonzalez or things like that, that it ends up being a one of the most common last names. Because if a huge portion of the people coming in have only a small number of names, then yeah, they're going to be getting up there. And in fact, there's probably going to end up being more popular than Smith within like 10, 15 years, maybe 10, 20 years. Because, like Smiths are going to stay the same number, essentially. Unless new Smiths are coming into America for some reason. Or just like, like all the Smiths just start just having a whole bunch of babies. Like we're going to keep on getting a whole bunch of more immigrants from all these other countries. And so the numbers of Hispanic last names are definitely going to be increasing in number. So at a certain point, the most common names in America, probably within the next couple of decades, are definitely going to be like the top 3 or 4 are all going to be Spanish names. A big chunk of the top like 20 or 30 are going to be Spanish names. The big drop in these lists here, we go from like 2.5 million Sanchez's, 2 million Ramirez's, to like only a little bit over 1 million Flores's in Mexico, and then less than 1 million Gomez and Torres and Diaz. The big drop, there's like 9 or 10 absolutely most common names here in Mexico, and then steep, I was gonna try to say sharp and steep at the same time, sharp drop down in number to less common ones after that. Island regions, Rodriguez is really big, Perez is really good, Gonzalez, Hernandez. You also get a lot of similar names from a lot of similar countries across all of these different countries. Rodriguez, Perez, Gonzalez, Hernandez, Martinez, all of these, Garcia, all of these are very common. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Sanchez, Rivera is common there. Central America, Guatemala, Lopez, Garcia, Morales. Let's go. Spain itself, in Europe, Garcia, Fernandez, Gonzalez, Rodriguez, Lopez, Martinez, Sanchez, often spelled with still spelled with is similar. So yeah, that would be Smith. That would be the Smith that we use. If we had the same sort of chart for an American name, it could be Smith, Williams, what was it? Johnson, Brown, Gonzalez, Hernandez, it would be things like that. Garcia. They often only say their family name. Here's some typical Japanese. Sato-san, Suzuki-san, Takahashi-san, Tanaka-san, Ito-san. Men, Takuya, Shota, Ichiro, Hiroshi, Masahiro. Women, Erika, Ai. Is I actually that common of a name? I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be common. Well, it says typical, so. Naomi, Yuko, Misaki. Most Japanese names are written in kanji. For example, Tanaka is Tanaka-san. It is usually written as Tanaka, which means middle of the rice field. Family names are often related to nature or geographical features because many kanji share the same reading. Names with the same pronunciation may be written with different kanji, such as Yuko and Yuko for the feminine name Yuko. Names with the same pronunciation may be written with different kanji. Ano indicates that you have some reservations about saying what you are going to be saying next. You may be worried about interrupting something someone is currently doing or sounding rude or impolite by asking personal questions, for example. Hi, and mean in response to yes, in response to yes, no questions. Compared to hi, is more conversational and relaxed. In more informal situations, is used. Hi is also used to respond to a knock at the door or to calling of one's name, meaning here as follows. Cannot be replaced in this case. Smith-san, hi. So desu ka acknowledges that you have understood what was just said. Is that so? Or I see. So desu ka. Pronunciation of ha. The particle wa is pronounced wa, not ha. It should be written with ha. All other instances wa are written with wa. Watashi no denwa bango wa. There are a few exceptions, such as konnichiwa, good afternoon, and konbanwa. They are usually written with konbanha and konnichiwa, konnichiha. Many number words, it's still the same particle. It's just the particle has kind of been smushed into the word. It's literally this day is, and this evening is. Like, it's still the particle. People just forget it's a particle. Many number words have more than one pronunciation. Yeah, I fucking know, and it fucking sucks. My least favorite thing about Japanese is all the different number pronunciations. Refer to and how it changes the same like pronunciation of the word afterwards. It's the worst thing. It's impossible to remember. Many number words have more than one pronunciation. Refer to the table. Now, it is cool that you can make number puns out of stuff, though. That is a very... That's the... When I describe English as being free-form jazz as far as a language goes, it's because there's very little rules or rhyme or reason in a lot of how things work, because it's a bunch of different languages mashed together, and all of their rules, even when they don't go well together, getting smushed together into different things. That also, because so many people like don't pay attention to rules, or because it has very little consistency in how its rules work, you can kind of break a lot of rules and people just ignore it or don't care about it, and it will sound funny, but everyone will still understand what it means, because we're all just sort of continuously figuring out the language as we live every day. Like English, no English speaker really knows how English works, unless you've like really hardcore studied English, linguistics and history or grammar and things like that. But most English speakers are not taught in a classroom English grammar and linguistics and history and etymology. And so most of us are just kind of discovering how the language works constantly, or just we're pretty sure through practice that we understand how the language works, but we're all just kind of guessing. And therefore we can do funny things with language, do whatever we want with it, and sometimes people can't tell when we're wrong, and sometimes they can tell, they're like, wait a minute, that's not normal, but it sounds funny, and we can still use it and communicate in a lot of creative ways however we want to. We can kind of use the language however we want, because the rules matter so little to normal people's lives that there essentially are none. Because of that, it is like the creativity that comes out of the English language is immense. I think probably one of the most creative languages on the planet. I think that there is more possibilities of things you can do with the English language to still be understood and make sense by other people who speak fluent English than any other language in the world. And don't know if there's any way to test that, but I'm fairly confident in that guess. But other languages do, like some other languages do have really cool creative things they can do. Obviously, like kanji is a very creative thing you can use for names, because all of the different pronunciations of different kanji, if you have like 3 or 4 different pronunciation things, you can get really creative with that. And one of the things that I really like about Japanese that feels very creative is all of the number puns and all of the number pronunciations. Since numbers can be pronounced so many different ways, you can just write a number and have it be pronounced like a word, and all of the puns that can come out of that, I do think is pretty fun. It is not as open and like infinitely possibilities wise as a lot of stuff in English is, but it is just a very creative, very clever, and fairly open thing you can do with Japanese numbers, and I do like that. I don't understand them 99% of the time, but like any of those jokes or puns or anything, but because I don't know 99% of the pronunciations that they could be, but I do really like that cleverness. That's really awesome. Many numbers and when refer to the table at the end of the book for a general picture. Zero and rei are both commonly used. Ichi, but pronounced as I or ip. Let's say pun, ippun, and isai, 1-year-old. Ni all the time. Ni is ni all the time. Thank Gord. When you're reading out each digit separately, as when you give your phone number, it may be pronounced with long vowels such as ni, ichi, ni. Sung all the time. Yay! The part that follows it may change shape, as in that's a pun, sampun. I thought it was sambun, but I guess it's sampun. 4. Yon is the most basic, but 4th year student is yonensei, and 4 o'clock is yoji. In some combinations that we will learn later, it is read as shi, such as is shigatsu, April. The part that follows this number may change shape too. Yon pun. It's always pun. That's why I don't like that they made me say hun, because like most of the time it's like bun or pun. Yon pun. 5. Go all the time. When read out separately, it may be pronounced with a long vowel, such as go. Roku, but pronounced as ro in things like ropun. Nana is the most basic, but 7 o'clock is shichiji. Hachi, but usually pronounced as ha in hap pun and hassai. Hapun hassai. Q is the most basic, but 9 o'clock is read as kuji. And Ju is the most basic, but pronounced as ju or ji in jupun. And wait a minute, what does that say? Jupun, and jusai. Well, is it jusai or jisai? Giving one's cell phone number. The particle note is used directly in between the local exchange code and the last 4 digits. Therefore, the number 012345678 is 012345 no 6789. Sangyon. This is still using yon instead of shi. I feel like if you're counting ichi sang shi, go roku. Are you not using shi for that part? Sensei. The word sensei is usually reserved for describing somebody. It really is a lot of explanations on this, but still, I like that. This is what I'm looking for, like, explanations of when to use certain words. The word sensei is is reserved for describing somebody else's occupation. Watashi wa sensei desu makes sense, but may sound slightly arrogant because the word sensei actually means an honorable master. If you or a member of your family are a teacher, and if you want to be really modest, you can use the word kyoshi instead. Boku wa kyoshi desu instead of boku wa sensei desu. Sung is placed after a name as a generic title. It goes both with a given name and a family name. Children referred to as Chung, and boys in particular as Kun, rather than Sung. Professors and doctors are usually referred to with the title Sensei. Sung and other title words are never used in reference to oneself. You never call yourself. I wouldn't call myself Goodle-san. Yeah. Referring to the person you are talking to. The word for you, anata, is not very commonly used in Japanese. Instead, we use the name and a title like son and sensei to refer to the person you are talking to. Therefore, a sentence like, Mrs. Hart, are you Swedish? Mrs. Hart, are you Swedish? Should be, Hato-san wa Sweden jin desu ka? Instead of Hato-san, anata wa Sweden jin desu. Numbers. You just get ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyu, ju, and then you just put stuff on them. You just say those things in order. So 12 is just 10, it's just that one number and then the 2 number, ju, ni. And 15 is just the 1 number and then the 5 number, ju, go. And 50 is the different, it's the 5 and then the 10s, go, ju, 5 10s. 51 is gojuichi. And then 1 is hyaku. And 1,000 is sen. And 10,000 is mang. And that's the worst. That's another bad thing about Japanese, is that they have they go up to 10,000 instead of thousands. 5, 8, 9, 2, 7, 6, 1, 10, 3. Read the following numbers. 45, 100, 83, 38. This is 19, 61, 76, 24, 20. Yeah, it is 24, isn't it? 14, yeah. So I guess it's just the shi. 24, 52, 97, 97. All right, this is going to be the last thing that we learn for today, because this is one of the things that has always annoyed me is, times and numbers and counting things with the number changing to different stuff. So we'll focus on time. This is really the only new thing that I need to learn is, what the different pronunciations of numbers are. Everything else I've, seen before. So, time. Ichiji, simple enough. Niji, simple enough. Ji is also the kanji for, time. So, ichiji, niji, sanji, normal. Yoji, I like that they underline the one that has a change in pronunciation. Yoji, not yonji, but yoji. It's almost yoji now. It's 3:46. It's almost yoji now. Goji, yoji. Just remember yoji goji. Yoji goji. Goji, yoji. Rokuji, shichiji. And that's not nanaji, it's shichiji. It's also kuji. I feel like they should highlight that one too. Shichiji, kuji. It's not kyuji, it's kuji. Kuji. Juji. Juichiji, Juniji, Ichiji hung. If you want to say half, you say hung. Hun. Kuji, yoji, shichiji, shichiji-han. Look at the following pictures and answer the questions. Ima, nanji desu ka? 1時半です. Oh, I didn't start rice yet. I'll have to start rice as soon as I stop the stream. It needs like 20 minutes to cook. Example, this is ichiji han. This is sanji. This is kuji. This is juichiji. This is shichiji. This is niji han. This is yoji han. This is juniji. And this is rokuji. Boom. Gozen Tokyo wa gozen and then go. The go is after. Jikango, ichijikango, like after an hour. And then zen is like mai. Zen and mai, I think. Gozen and gomai. Go. That's AM or PM. New York is go-go. Rio is go-go. London is go-go. Stockholm is go-go. New Delhi is go-go. Nairobi is go-go. Tokyo is gozen. Bangkok is gozen. Sydney is gozen. Yeah, I always forget how east or west some of these countries are. Like, I forget that Australia has a time zone or two that is more east of Japan. Like Sydney and a lot of Eastern Australia will often be like an hour ahead of Japan. Will usually be an hour ahead of Japan, even though it's so close. It's so close. Also, that I recently was just like, oh, like what time is it in the Philippines right now? It's pretty much like, you know, just south of Japan. And I look at this map, and this map is fairly accurate for, like, you know, time zones kind of thing. I was like, oh wait, Japan is 1 hour ahead of the Philippines, and that's 1 hour ahead of, well, it might be 1 hour. No, actually, I think those are the same time zone. Because if it was 1 hour, no, that is, if it's 1 hour behind Tokyo, and then another hour for Bangkok. So there's all these, like, I often forget how east or west Asia is. Like, I forget that it goes up diagonally like that. I always think it just kind of goes north and south. But yeah. Ima nanji desu ka? So we'll just practice. We'll do these different times. We're using go and gozen. London is 6 p.m. Rondon wa this is rokuji gogo rokuji desu. Stockholm, Sweden is shichiji is gogo shichiji desu. New Delhi is gogo 11時半です。11時半です。ナイロビは午後9時です。Bangkok is 午前1時です。Tokyo is 午前3時です。Sydney is 午前4時です。New York is 午後1時です。And Rio is 午後3時です。We did it! We're done! We got through 50 pages. Wow. Not really. We got through like 15 pages and we just started on page like 35. And it was all greetings and stuff and easy things. But still, we got through some stuff. We did some lessons. And maybe if anyone has not already opened a Genki textbook who's trying to learn Japanese, maybe they were able to, you know, play along with us. In which case, might have been a lot of new information because a lot of this stuff is stuff I've seen before. And I just needed to like learn this stuff right here, which hours 4, 7, and 9 are, you know, pronounced differently in times. I need to remember that stuff. But that is it for today's studying and practicing. Thank you very much, Sprockets, for coming by and staying. Thank you very much, Georgie, for coming by and chatting with me in Japanese. That's very, very nice of you to be chatting with me and saying a bunch of stuff. I needed to use Google Translate for some of the kanji used and for some of the specific meanings, but I always love the opportunity to try and figure out how to respond to things in Japanese. So I will see everyone tomorrow. We're doing a big Pokemon week. We've got Pokemon Scarlet and our Pokemon Green playthrough continuing. Tomorrow, I think at 3:30 p.m., well, I guess today at 3:30 p.m., we're going to be starting Pokemon Scarlet. I have not started it yet, and we're going to be playing Pokemon Scarlet on the channel. I definitely want Fuecoco. I want the fire little crocodile, the little fire pepper crocodile. He's so cute. And I'm excited to see what the game is like. I'm excited to encounter the bugs. I'm excited to see the new Pokemon. I'm excited to see whether it is fun or whether it is trash, and what things are good and what things are bad. And it seems fun. And I'm excited to listen to the music because the music seems awesome. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you later. Ending time. Ending time. Ending. Let's go. Have a great night.